ancient and powerful, has returned.
Prepare yourselves.
Welcome, dear viewers, to Generic Fantasy show number 512. Yes, the Rings of Power Season 2 trailer is already available, and I'm about to talk about it. Season 1 was a generic mess of fantasy tropes and just modern tropes.
If, Sauron is hot, I feel like people will be like, I can fix him.
Lisa, the first female dwarf that we have ever seen on any screen. The first female dwarf that we have ever seen in the works of Tolkien.
This to me just feels like something that has just the furthest possible reach, and, we're choosing to tell it in these times, so we should represent it for these times.
This is necessary. This is a revolutionary moment within our time, and to be the poster child of accessibility for people of colour, for women.
And I, as an activist, a long-time human rights activist for my homeland, Iran, tapped into what I believe is, thank you.
There is a tempest in me.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
But you have not seen what I have seen.
I have seen my share.
You have not seen what I have seen.
I have seen my share.
You have not. You have not seen what I have seen. You have not seen what I have seen.
Why? A ship floats, and a stone cannot. Because the stone sees only downward.
They took our job! Yeah, they're down! Took our job!
The generation that comes after us now, this will be their memory of Tolkien. This will be their memory of the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. And so we get to move that through and just be the beginning of this revolutionary moment for television, of course, the Tolkien franchise and works.
Yes, The Rings of Power, a show filled to the brim with nonsensical dialogue and extremely labored acting. Actually, come to think of it, acting was not the main problem. There were bits of quite a good acting. It's just decent acting is not a proper response to absolutely abysmal writing. But this is apparently a textbook case of not learning from your own mistakes. The showrunner, the geniuses behind Season 1 are still actually in their position. They still retained their job of the showrunners. The trailer for Season 1 was as generic as possible. There was absolutely nothing interesting revealed about the show, and then we learned that's because there was actually nothing interesting to reveal in the show. Season 1 as a whole was just perfect storm of bad writing decisions. There was so much going on and none of it was interesting because of awful pacing, the lack of basic consistency in character writing, the most crucial reveals being completely unsurprising or utterly undeserved, and just the general sense that all of that world was very small and generic. All of Middle-earth that is famous for its sense of historicity and verisimilitude was presented as a very small place, teleported around haphazardly without any risk or danger in travel. And I suspect the writers had no freaking idea why they put it in Middle-earth, other than, of course, money, because everything of that Middle-earth seemed as if it could happen in your run-of-the-mill D&D campaign.
An evil, ancient and powerful, has returned.
Oh no, and it looks like it's still the case. The ancient evil has returned. That is like a summary of 60% of heroic fantasy, or 70. Do I have to do this? Do I have to do this to you again? Do I have to compare this to an actually good trailer of an actual Middle-earth movie? I guess I have no other choice. This is a good trailer, so yeah, let's compare it to the Lord of the Rings trailer.
Even the smallest person can change the course of the future.
Yeah, you see, even the smallest person can change the course of the future is maybe not the most revolutionary thought, but at least it is a thought that is specifically the guiding theme of the Lord of the Rings story. Now, the Rings of Power has not had a guiding or a main theme so far, because they just have to cram all the fashionable themes one after another, the same that are the themes of most shows and movies these days. And then once they get to the bottom of the list of important fashionable themes, they sort of completely forget about what the hell the story is even about. Ancient evil has returned. Go away, you wankers. I am very happy and proud that there is finally some Asian representation in the show. I thought Rings of Poo-Poo was racist. Very racist. I mean, a white woman as a main character? That's so 2015, guys. It's 2023. Learn to put Asians in it.
I think he has been here. I think he's been here among us all along.
I'm sorry. Is that supposed to be a reveal? He's been among us all along. I mean, that was revealed at the end of the previous season. So where is the reveal? Oh, I forgot. You use the ring structure. You keep revealing the same things you have already revealed. Yes, I am very stupid for pointing that one out. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so painful. It would be almost pleasurable. There is a lot of comments over the interwebs about this here hairline and the wig. Now look, guys, at least they tried to make him look, canonically. He's also pretty much the only elf-like creature, I guess, that looks somewhat canonically, like in the old pictures. And why is Sauron the only actual elf now? Looks like someone actually told Morpeth Clark never again to smile while horse riding in slow-mo. That scene, this show was so wonderful. Now she's extremely serious while horse riding. We'll see where that goes. Oh, more generic shots from the generic show. Oh, they have nice jewelry. Oh, I know, it's the Rings of Power. I am supposed to be excited. I don't know why. I don't know what the Rings of Power mean to them. I don't think they had to forge them. They could have just returned to Valinor, since apparently it was easy for them. They weren't prevented from doing that, like in the books. So I don't know what all the story is for. Oh, Don Lemon is back. I am so excited. Can you hear the overwhelming excitement in my voice? I am so excited. Eagles, member berries. Yes, I remember the season 1 trailer. There was also some nods at Middle-earth, at the actual Middle-earth. And, member berries. We have member berries for you. We can jangle the keys in front of your face, and you are supposed to be extremely freaking giddy about it. Except I don't believe it. And why would Farazan have an eagle? I don't care about Farazan. He was just basically a Donald Trump proxy anyway.
China has total respect for Donald Trump and for Donald Trump's very, very large brain.
Just, please stop. Ooh, they changed the actor playing the only interesting character, well, comparatively interesting character in the show, Adar. Well, it's good that they changed the actor. Uncle Benjamin was really wasted on this show. He is way too good for this. Come to think of it, actually quite a lot of the members of the cast are too good for it. I mean, Prince Durin could play a goofy friend of a love interest in a nice rom-com, for example. The activist healer lady could, for example, play in an extremely boring feminist movie that no one has ever watched. It would still be better than this. I mean, the Elendil guy was quite good. I can't be bothered to check their names, really. I'm tired of looking at this one trailer. If I am exposed to any more promotional material for this show, I'm going to flip. But yeah, the Elendil actor could play, I don't know, James Bond's friend or maybe a secondary character in a period drama. He could be like a discount Liam Neeson. That could be fun. And Morfydd Clark could you know what? Actually, jokes aside, Morfydd could do well in theater, actually. She should stay on stage. She's a little bit overexpressive, which is very useful on stage when there is a lot of people sitting quite a long distance away from the stage at times. And she's quite loud when she wants to be, and she has good diction and such. She could be a theater actress. Why not use your actual talents? I don't quite understand.
He's Sauron.
Yes, I know he's Sauron. Have you forgotten you revealed that already at the end of the previous season? Am I missing something? Yes, I know he is Sauron. Sauron.
Galadriel. Is that how people are going to pronounce things the whole time? Numenor. It's pretty distracting. Morgoth. Sauron. Oh, please stop.
So this is a horrible, painful mess of a trailer, and I have no hopes for any improvement. This is a textbook case of not learning from your own mistakes, really. I think these delusional people really believe that all of the hate on the interwebs is just trolling and unjustified hate and racism, and they really believe their own propaganda so much they can't even consider the possibility that some of that criticism might be somewhat valid. I think they will dig their own grave with this season. They will do whatever they can to double and triple down on whatever the hell they were doing the last time, and it's going to be as boring as the previous one or worse. And I will, if life allows it, I will cover the season 2, and it will be an adventure of pain. Now, I enjoy pain, so of course I should be, glad and happy, and I am not. The trailer has been flattened on YouTube, so perhaps making a video like this isn't exactly justified. There's been a lot of videos already that are, I would say, highly critical.
It's been 2 years, Michael. 2 years. Two whole years.
We've been waiting.
Since the Rings of Power season 1 backed themselves into a narrative corner with the incredible 1-minute creation of Mordor, with the roughly hewn Rings of Power that are done in a completely wrong order.
The only video I want to see from them is a fucking apology, and I want, like seriously, I need them to sit down and go, look, we made some mistakes. Look, we hired some people who actually know what the fuck that they're doing, because they gave this important IP to a bunch of nobodies who had never done fucking anything, and then they did a poor job.
How did you know it was me?
How could you tell? My disguise was flawless.
He puts on a mustache. And they all go, where did he go?
Celebrimbor, the master smith who didn't know about alloy.
He's just seeing somebody create an alloy for the first time.
What is this devilry?
You know that they're going to make Anatar literally seduce him.
Well, they can't, because they've already done the Anatar bit.
I don't think so. I think they're still going to...
What are they going to flip back in time?
But they've got to do something with him, for Christ's sake.
Durin's Bane coming back, a big Balrog fucking murdering a bunch of people, shape-shifting.
I thought Balrogs didn't wake up until the third age.
Yeah, well, nothing makes sense, like, as far as, like, time frame or anything. Look at
that.
fucking Galadriel fell in love with Sauron, like, nothing. And lore is out the fucking window. None of this actually matters, but, like, it is expensive.
Now, to be fair, there are some things that would interest me, some questions I need answers for in Season 2. For example, would they do anything interesting to Celebrimbor? Because, well, they changed how Sauron looks, but Celebrimbor still looks like an autistic granny, so no hopes there. Would they, could they, will they do anything interesting about Celeborn?
Lots of cunts.
Galadriel's husband that was so mysteriously absent from overwhelming majority of the Season 1. I'm still not over it, it's just so annoyingly stupid and unnecessary. You know, part of Galadriel's arc, let's call it that, out of, I don't know, generosity, misplaced generosity, part of Galadriel's arc was about her defeating her own inner darkness, let's say, and overcoming it. And you'd think that had she had a husband, someone she has been close to for a very long time, you'd think it would be very easy to explore her inner change through various dialogue and maybe even small conflicts and nods at their shared past, but of course not. She instead decided to completely trust some random guy she met on a raft one day and trust him to the point of making him a king for reasons that are completely underexplained and plain stupid. That guy had a medallion, a talisman of an ancient king, and he told her he took that trinket from a corpse. Yet she still insisted that he is just, I don't know, lying to her because he doesn't believe in himself or something. I don't know. I just don't know. And in the end, they pulled off a Twilight when the evil, dark guy would like to, you know, have a tumble with our heroine. Also for no discernible reason. It's not because of Sauron's hunger for power, because there are more powerful beings in Middle-earth than Galadriel, so if it was about that, he could have found someone stronger and better. It wasn't out of lust, of course, because it's Middle-earth and because, you know, Galadriel is as tempting as a brick. And it certainly wasn't because of any genuine romance, because there was no romantic tension between these two ever. There was literally one scene when they sort of admitted they felt something when fighting together, of all things. Ooh, Galadriel. I really felt something when you decapitated that orc upside down. I really felt something when you started talking about genocide. Well, a genocidal Welsh woman is, of course, the modern standard of femininity, so I shouldn't be surprised there. But the most crucial story bit I would like to learn something more about is whether or not Patrick McKay and J.D. Payne are ever going to lose their freaking jobs. Will they ever be replaced by someone even remotely competent? Well, just a fool's hope, I guess. But hey, at least all the episodes will be directed by a woman, which I guess I am supposed to approach as something really stunning and brave and very current year. I doubt it's gonna help. To be perfectly blunt with you, I doubt it's gonna help because the show already cannot make up its mind on what it really wants, and is completely unable to stay focused on one plot of the story without jumping back and forward for no reason and forgetting why it even started to tell its own story. So the show is already as feminine as it gets. Oh, relax, that was a joke. Just a silly joke. The femininity of the show is not the problem. The stupidity of the show is the problem. The ineptitude, incompetence. Now, this show is most likely beyond repair. It's going to be extremely entertaining in another way to watch it and hopefully to review it, but there is no hope of repair. It's beyond all saving. It still looks generic and bland as much as Season 1 or even more. It's still completely unenticing. The discussion around it is still, as presented here, filled with unnecessary virtue signaling and focusing on completely irrelevant parts of creative process. And therefore, I think, well, I won't be talking much about the show until it's released, hopefully, unless something really, really retarded happens and some really, really retarded rumors or reveals are, well, revealed before the show premieres. Now, this channel has been silent for a while. That is because I have a bit too much on my plate. I need to make up my mind finally on which of my channels is the most important channel, I think, because I am really lacking time. I feel like a very, very tall person with a very, very small blanket when I cover my arms, I'm cold in my feet, and when I cover my feet, I'm cold in my arms, and that's one reason. The other is that the videos I would like to put on this channel are really time-consuming. This one wasn't that time-consuming. It's mostly going with the flow with very, very small bit of research and some thinking prior to recording, but that's basically it. The next video on this channel should be much more time-consuming. It's already in production. I don't want to say too much, but it is in regards with some slightly better Amazon Prime show. Yes, for now, we will see each other again, hopefully, and, don't watch this show. Preferably nobody watches the show except the reviewers. We'll see. Bye-bye.